Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Katelyn from Florals.com and today is the very exciting March 2020 How to Kill a Kit with Style Kill a Kit video where I show you guys what's left in my kit, what I've used up, what I've made a dent in, and then what I've made with it because March was the longest month of the year so far and I got a lot of scrapbooking done and I'm really happy with that. And if you guys have been keeping up to date with my channel, you'll know that I actually kind of had two kits going this month. I had my specific March kit and then I also made an embellishment kit for specifically my Traveler's Notebook project. So I'm only sharing my March kit today, but I'm sharing all the projects I created this month and pointing out things that I used along the way that were from my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit. So to get started, you guys might remember I used my February kit to build my March kit. So what's left from the initial February kit? One thing is these enamel dots. I did not get to use any too many of these. I got to use a couple of the red and green, which were full at the beginning of this month, so that is considered a win. I also had these phrase stickers. I used a couple more of these. Again, these are something that's kind of a staple in my stash. I use a ton of phrase stickers, and these ones are quite unique compared to the ones I already have. So I got a couple more used, but I used a majority of these in February. We also had this alphabet set from Freckled Fawn. I used this a couple more times. Again, not a huge dent in it. I mean, I haven't used any A's, so that's telling. But there's a lot more to be used out of that. And I believe that was it for embellishments that are still left. I also had quite a few empties that I included in this kit that were from my initial February kit. We had the ephemera pack from Truly Grateful, which is now completely gone. We have the Truly Grateful puffy stickers, which are now completely gone. And then we had the Truly Grateful thicker set, which only has one little letter left because I altered a title to say our instead of your. So we're left with that, but that is not going to be used anytime soon. So those three from the initial kit, these items, or the embellishments from the initial February kit are now pretty much dented through. So I'm pretty happy with that progress. I do have more empties, but again, we'll get to them later. I did have quite a few scraps left from the first kit. This one, I believe is Pebbles, Jen Hadfield, I'm not sure. And then some branding strips I still haven't used. I think all of these branding strips here are indeed from my initial February kit. And then I had one paper, which still has not been used, and it is this vellum sheet here. I just have a white backer on it, and this is from Paige Evans, I believe, as well. So overall, very happy with my progress from my February kit to my March kit. We made some big dents. We cut through some stash, and that's what I was hoping for. So what's left of the March kit that I had built? Obviously a lot of scraps, you can see. Tons and tons of scraps, which is good. I tend to use my scraps pretty well, but we have tons here. To be honest, I would have used a bit more had I scrapbooked towards the end of the month, but I was just kind of taking in the world as it was, and I wasn't spending too much time scrapbooking as much as I card making, so I didn't really pull into this too much. So we have some more scraps of the pink and yellow. These actually are from, this one's from a paper pad, which goes somewhere else, but this one's from the initial February kit as well. And all these Creative Memories papers, yeah, there it is. That's crazy. I still can't believe I have those. But let's look at the 12 by 12s I have left. This one from Crate Paper, which is adorable Valentine's Day. This purple one, yellows, like I said, I have a ton of these yellow ones. This pink floral, this yellow one. These really thin papers are so very old. Actually, this one's probably from one of those like 90s scrapbooking kits. This purple one is actually from a dollar store called Real Deals. I don't know if you guys ever had those in your area. And then this one was the Crate Paper with the beautiful blue floral from Chasing Dreams. So Maggie Holmes. So really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 7 left, which is pretty good for me. Obviously there's some big scraps involved, and you guys can tell this is not 12 by 12. What even is this floral paper? It's like a quarter, half an inch short on one side. Oh, don't worry, it was just not lining up. Oops. So those are the papers I have left. Again, I'm happy with what I used, even though I didn't get to the vellum from the February kit. It's one of those specialty papers that you kind of hold on to, and I'm definitely guilty of that, but I do have an idea for it and a photo for it. I have mentioned that, but just not happy with how those ideas are turning out. So let's move on to the embellishments I haven't talked about yet. Did I use these at all? I used 2 of the triangles off of here, and that was it. This is a very odd green color, and to be honest, maybe I'll just end up using these on some cards because I really want to get them used up. So they're going to go into my use it up bin that I kind of have going. To be honest, I don't reach from that bin unless I'm making a kit, but it's going to go in there for now. Then we had some Pink Fresh Studio, Let Your Heart Decide, these are like leatherette stickers. No, these are called cardstock stickers. 3 sheets in here. I used a couple, not that many, a bunch of the labels, a couple phrase stickers, and then a couple of these accents on the front. So some of the washies. Really fun to use though. Really, really beautiful. Can't wait to keep using those. Those were brand new in my stash, so very happy about that. This, I used a couple of the accent pieces, so a lot of the gold foiled pieces I used, which you'll see on the layouts. The florals I got to use a bunch of. Let's see, that was pretty good, and that's from Fancy Pants. I used at least 1 of these, I assume 2 of these, because it should be a pack of 8, right? So I used 2 of these, Scrap and Happy Studio Flare. I really thought I was going to use this purple one, but that went a different direction. Didn't touch my pink enamel dots, although I almost did. I almost used them. I opted for something else instead on that layout. I used 2 of these, I believe, if I remember correctly, but I would like to put these in my use it up as well because we got to use them up. And then this, I believe, was brand new when I started, so we used 4 of those. That's excellent, especially since you don't necessarily need all these different sizes. You know, it worked pretty well. And then this was, I believe, only missing 1 or 2 when I started. Maybe it was brand new, but we used a good chunk of these, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 of these, which is 10 out of 10, exactly what I wanted. Now, like I said, we did have some other empties this month. So we had the 3 from the February kit, the ephemera, the puffy stickers, the stickers. Then I also used up these that were in my kit, added in March. These are the Let Your Heart Decide layered stickers and the leatherette stickers. I believe there were 2 left in each. I used both sets up. Then I also had this in my kit. It was the KI Memories Peace and Butterflies paper pad. I believe there were like 6 sheets left and completely gone. I did use up all the scraps. Mine is like a little tiny 1/4 inch piece that was trimmed down. But other than that, I did use all of this up, which is a huge, huge success for me. I don't go through 6x6 paper pads very often, despite using them all the time. But how cool does this look? It was one of the most unique paper pads I had because it had a lot of purple and yellow, like mustard yellow and pinks. And as you can tell from the front, it was very, very beautiful. But I really enjoyed using that, and you'll see how I used that up. Then I had a couple empties that weren't part of this kit, but I wanted to share with you guys anyway. I used up this puffy sticker set on one of the first layouts I made in March, and this was a tropical themed one with flamingos and surfboards and all of that. So that's from Momenta, and I used that up. I finished off this small Heidi Swap sticker sheet, which these were clear stickers with gold foil. So they were quite easy to use, but some of the words are hard to use, so I'll show you guys how I use that. And then I did opt to use several enamel dots that weren't in my kit. So I had this one that I finished off, which I believe these were pink, and then these ones were gray, and these were, I believe, freckled fawn as well. So those are used up. So a great month for empties, and again, I'll go over those during my favorites video because I like to do that. So with the kit out of the way and the embellishments out of the way, let's see what I made this month. And as you guys know, I made a ton because I did have a focus project this month, which was my traveler's notebook. And that's what all of these are. Now, a majority of these did not use my kit, but I thought I'd share with you guys some that did. This top one, for example, used ephemera from Paige Evans, as well as a bunch of other stuff from my stash. So a great win on that one. And I will say this is a Patreon only video, so that's why you have not seen it. This one's not even posted yet, but it did not use my kit at all. So yeah, no, not at all, just my traveler's notebook kit. This one used some of the enamel dots. This one's already up on my channel, and I'll have the March playlist linked down below and my Designing Disney playlist linked down below in case you guys are interested in binging Disney or binging what I made in March. But I used that. This one didn't use anything either from my kit. This one used paper, so these papers were from the March kit. The yellow is Creative Memories, the orange is Studio Calico. Mixed in with a bunch of other stuff that was not part of my kit, which is perfectly fine. I don't mind cheating my kit sometimes in order to make big successes. Nothing on this one was from my kit, but it was fun to make. That one's on my channel. This one's also on my channel, and again, nothing for my kit on this one, but very, very fun. And then this one's on my channel, and I don't believe I ended up using anything from my kit. I think I tried, but I didn't end up using anything. So you win some, you lose some, but I really had fun making all those pages for my traveler's notebook. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's at least 8 pages for the traveler's notebook that I made this month that kind of used my kit. Then I made some other projects as well. So this month I actually did a bunch of cards. So this is how I finished that 6x6 paper pad and a majority of the Paige Evans ephemera that were super themed. So this one was obviously pumpkins from her Truly Grateful pack, and I knew I wouldn't use it on a layout because I don't have a ton of fall photos. So I ended up combining some of the papers from the 6x6 and this die cut because they coordinated very well. Same goes for this one. I ended up using more of those 6x6 scraps to make a little card here. So grateful for all you do. And again, insides are blank because I don't like to put anything in there until I know what they're used for. And then some other stuff I worked on because, you know, I wanted to make a bunch of cards this month. This was a brand new to me stamp set that I purchased a little bit ago, as well as a brand new die set. This die is from Pink Fresh Studio as well as the stamp. But this die was exclusive to scrapbook.com, and this stamp was on clearance on their store, and then I paired that with some Spiegel Mom Scrap sequins. And I just love how this turned out. It's super simple, but also very vibrant, and I want to send that to someone who needs some sunshine, as well as this one. This one I had actually colored with, actually no, it was this one. This one I colored with my Crayola markers just to see how it'd look, and to be honest, it looks fairly fine. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, granted. And this one I colored with my Zig markers, which are the expensive type of watercolors. Well, they're not exactly watercolor, but you get the idea. But they're still streaky, just like the markers were, so I'm not sure if that's just my problem, or maybe it's the paper that I used, but I used a Tim Holtz die to cut this out. This is a Lawn Fawn die that says hello, and then some more Spiegel Mom Scraps sequins, and this one's a nice fun sunset color scheme. Then I finished some of my Christmas cards that I had started. I had all these die cuts and stuff already put together. I just never put them together. So I ended up finishing these off, adding some sentiments and adding some more stamping and some cute little jewels that I finished off. So that is good. That is nice. And then this one's just a random one. I already had this colored image. I found this scrap in my bin, and then I used this cute sentiment from the, I believe this is MFT, and then some washi tape, and really simple but cute. So let's see, that is, and I did send out a couple cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus the one I've sent out. So that's 9 cards this month, which is exponential growth for me. I definitely need to be making more cards and want to. So stay tuned for more card videos because they are coming, because I simply need to. I have so many stamps and so many ideas. I just want to. And now the thing you've all been waiting for, my 12x12s for the month. So this one was 6x6 Fix collab with Crafty Maggie. Really adore how this came out. Love, love, love how it came out. Used a bunch of my punches to create this fun cascade. Used some of the Paige Evans puffy stickers. Used a DIY embellishment I had made, and then used up those puffy stickers from Momenta. I used all of them on this page that were left. This background paper I believe was from my kit. And then that's pretty much it. We have cork, we have embossed paper. We did the works here, but man, these do not stick down very well. I added extra adhesive, but they're still fighting back. But I really love how this came out, and this is from my 2016 Disney album, because this is part of the cruise photos we had, so another one down for that. This was the other 6x6 project I made this month for my collaboration, and I will have the playlist link down below so you guys can check it out. I used, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 papers from that paper pad, the 6x6 that I showed you. A couple Paige Evan bits. This is from the Paige Evan die cut set. These are the Freckled Fawn chipboard banners, the Freckled Fawn alpha that was in the set, and this was a Paige Evans die cut as well. So combining, mixing and matching, and love how this turned out. A really great way to use 6x6 papers and some gold splatter. You also notice I need to trim this down because apparently 2 6x6 don't equal 12 inches. And I did just use an ugly paper. These are those big ones in the paper pads that you don't know what to do with, especially if you have 2 of them, so I just used that. This used my kit for March as well. This included a Paige Evans title, a bunch of freckled fawn words that weren't in my kit, Paige Evans puffy sticker, die cut. This is Pink Fresh Studio. These are fancy pants. And then a bunch of different papers, and then some washi at the bottom. Really simple, but I love having this kind of stack of words to help tell the story, and then I can just add a little bit of journaling. But this kind of reminds me of the new show that everybody's watching on Netflix called Tiger King. This is actually an animal sanctuary we went to. They don't do all those other things, but just so you guys know, kind of on topic for the moment. This is the first layout. Guys, this is the first layout that I have created that I didn't film, and I will say it was super fun. I had a blast making it. It actually came together very, very quickly. This is me and my friend from college, and we had so much fun working together, and that's what this title is all about, working hard or hardly working. And this was actually one of those parties that what we worked at hosted, so we actually got to, you know, have snacks and just walk around without having to actually do work. So this is where I used a bunch of those Pink Fresh Studio items that I completed, because this is a nice Pink Fresh Studio paper, and then this was a paper from my kit as well. So these are the leatherette stickers I finished, and then these were the layered stickers that I finished, as well as the Heidi Swap stickers I finished. So with one layout, I managed to knock out 3 products, actually 4, because this is where I finished those enamel triangles from Freckled Fawn that were just added into my kit. So we made some big dents here, and I had a big title, and I used this beautiful paper that I know a lot of you were dying to see how I used. I just thought it worked well with being in college, working, having fun with friends, and kind of tying all that together. So I had fun making this layout, and I do wish I had a process video for it, but I'm really glad I took some time to reflect on a memory without necessarily filming it, and just having fun with it, and I hope you guys don't mind that. I did that. Let me know if you're a YouTuber who does scrapbooking layouts. Let me know if you always post your projects, or if that's just a crazy thing that I do. It's probably just a crazy thing I do. Next up, this is a Patreon exclusive. This one's not up yet. This one's going up in April, but this is how I finished off those Paige Evan puffy stickers. Those weird fruit ones, I ended up doing a food-themed layout and threw them all on here, but this used a bunch of those beautiful papers from the collection that I'd put together for the month of March. And, you know, just using bits and pieces, as well as some Easter-themed stickers, which I love. So if you're interested, head over to Patreon, where you can get real-time process videos every month, lives every month, printables every month. You know, there's lots of different levels and lots of different stuff. So hopefully you guys will check that out. And my last 2 are from, speaking of Patreon, my Patreon live stream for March. And this is where I finished off the Paige Evans thicker set. I used a beautiful Pink Fresh Studio background paper mixed with this Maggie Holmes paper, and then just stickered the heck out of it with those Paige Evans thicker set. I used the icons that were left, 3 birds, a mushroom, a be nice, a grateful, a wonder. So I combined all these things and used them mainly as all of my embellishments for this layout, as well as using some scraps and some new washi tape to me. I think it turned out wonderful. This is about me walking my dog and, you know, just being grateful for the outdoors and how we can be nice to the environment to make it last longer. But I love how this one turned out, despite it being just kind of this throw together. And those who are there watching the stream can probably attest that it just somehow fell into my lap that this all came together so easily. This was the first layout I made in a live stream that day, and it is one of my favorite layouts this month, I think, only because this was one of my favorite papers in my kit. And I think this gets back to what I used to scrapbook like, where it was lots and lots of stuff. And I'm not always a lots and lots of stuff person. I mean, I think these 2 layouts alone speak to how different my style can be and how different, you know, you don't have to stick to one style. There's lots and lots of styles out there, and you can do you. But I got to use a bunch of different things, including those fancy pants puffy stickers that I was struggling to incorporate. And then I even pulled in my Maggie Holmes sticker book, and I pulled in different papers for my layers, and I pulled in 3 doilies, and I did this long title. And it was just nice to be outside my comfort zone. And this is the other half of that blue paper that's on that working hard layout. I just tore it in half and ended up using it on 2 layouts. Used a new washi tape. Used up some scraps from my February kit. Guys, I just love this color scheme together, which is probably why I like it so much. But in contrast, I also worked with these primary colors, essentially, you know, with some orange mixed in. And then I've also worked with pastels this month, and they're all based around the same kit. then there's this one that has more neutrals and has that schoolistic vibe. And you know, guys, I think what I'm trying to say here is that I don't let my kits limit me, and I don't let that hinder me from doing what I like. But please let me know if you guys had a favorite layout this month or a favorite project. Maybe you enjoyed the Traveler's Notebook. I know it has been a long time coming, and I still have a couple more to post, even though it's after March soon. I can't believe we're already at the end. It kind of dragged on and then it flew by at the end here, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I would love to know which project you enjoyed the most. We did a ton this month, and it might be a record. I definitely have to check my stats, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you want to see more of, what you'd like to see less of, and let me know what kind of things you want to see in my April kit. I already have plans, but of course I could always apply those to May. But thank you guys so much for watching and for your support. Don't forget to check out the playlist down below so you guys can check out these process videos that I've posted. And if you guys have any questions at all, please let me know in the comments so I can gladly answer you. Well, thank you guys again so much for your support during these trying times, and I hope you guys are all staying well and staying safe, and I will be back with another video to share my kit very soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!